So Kanye West is a man who probably doesn't need much introduction. He's a singer, he's a songwriter. He's been around for quite a long time, like 2000s, early 2000s. And he usually comes in with quite a controversial tweet, from sexualising his wife to thinking he's God. And the funny thing is about this video is I think that can apply to us all, don't you? Why do you need people to keep you accountable?
I feel like it's such a boring word, but it is quite important.
I don't think people talk about it though.
No.
Like, I don't think it's like a macro topic that people like, which is quite interesting. Because if you take all his examples, like, it literally is just patterns of like erratic behaviour. You know, if you had good people around him to be accountable to, like good friends, good, I don't know, management, good family,
Yeah.
then he's like, he'd probably eradicate quite a few of these things.
The way I see accountability is like looking at yourself and talking about yourself with someone else. You can like review and evaluate like your character or different things that you're doing and like keep you on the right track necessarily or challenge certain things maybe.
Yeah, I think it's keeping people, like, keeps you checked. Like, if I open up to you about something that I'm struggling with or something I've got a thought on in general, and or even if I just went and did it, like, to have people around you who like we said can check you, like just drop you a message, be like, mate, what are you doing? Like, yeah, that's not on. Like, I kind of disagree with what you're doing. Two, to then unpack that with other people.
Yeah.
Like, or what do you think about this? Like, widens your perspective, it widens your thoughts, instead of just going and doing like mad stuff.
You need that in your life. And I personally feel like anyone who I'm accountable is going to make me more focused on like what I want to do and my priorities and like keep me going in the right direction. So then like slipping up in a certain way or starting to like what's the word? When you go backwards,
Like spiral.
not spiral. Like a spiral's extreme, right? But yeah, maybe at some cases it could, but maybe like regress. Is that the word?
Yeah, it's like 2 steps back in it.
Yeah, or maybe even like I know it's a bit of like a classic scenario where like you're working too hard or like you're prioritizing work over everything else, and then sometimes like maybe say like a friend has to tell you actually put time into your friendships or your partner or whatever, like
Yeah, like, mate,
don't
that's good. Like, you're tired. Like, yeah, like your relationships might be suffering for it, and you might not even notice. But if other people could notice that,
yeah, that keeps you accountable.
and then keep you accountable, and like call you out, or not even have to call you out. You can do it gently and just say, mate, like, and then that's when it widens your perspective. And like all these erratic patterns don't really happen. And I think there's something you mentioned like before we were talking. It keeps your integrity, like it builds your character.
Yeah,
Because you're not going out and doing certain stuff you might do.
yeah. Well, I feel like just talking about guys, because that's all that I know about.
All you know,
Yeah,
guys.
yeah.
What did he say?
Like, I mean, I can't speak for women because I'm not transgender or anything like that.
I am the one, the way your son don't need a gun.
I don't know about you, but
I'm not seeing you without your boxes on, so
yeah, I've got a gang from
some other than I heard that.
I've got a ding-a-ling, so I haven't got anything else down there.
Nothing chopped off horribly.
Nah, I know. But it's very easy for guys to easily get tempted by certain things or to like have destructive behaviors, I'd say. It might be really small things or it might be quite big things. But I think keeping like an integrity within how you carry yourself or like what you do with your time, even if it's just like sat in bed watching Netflix all day, or I'm like not really like lifting myself up and working hard, or whether it's like I'm start watching porn all the time or I'm doing something like really destructive in my life that's affecting other people. I think having integrity and like prioritizing that and like having like a good reputation is quite important, I think.
Yeah, it
Is even a bit of a tangent, but with reputation, like at some point I didn't think reputation was like important, but now I realized that our reputation is ultimately a result of all the different decisions and behaviors that you've done in the past. So like, say for example, someone asked me, like, oh, do you know Nathan Evans? Then I'd be like, oh, yeah, he's a great guy. Like he's a really good mate. Like I've worked really hard.
I can see what they're doing, what he's doing. I can see it, I feel it. He's cooking.
And that's all from the behaviors and stuff.
Yeah.
Know about you. And that's your reputation, right? Whereas if, like, say someone else and they're like, oh, he's actually like just lies about certain things, or he'll turn out really late to things, that's their reputation. So I think ultimately integrity is linked to that as well.
Yeah, like how people perceive you, to your point, doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I think which is what you're getting at, but I think, and then applying that to like taking the situations, taking Kanye West and all this. So all these, we named 3. Do you know what I mean? We named the like sexualize his wife, the crazy t-shirt story, and what was the last one?
There's so many. I mean, do you know what I mean? He's even got, like, obviously in the past he had the Yeezus album where he claimed to be God, and he's always done weird some controversial stuff, right?
But then if you take, for example, if he had people in his life that kept him accountable, had good friends, and he was like batting these ideas off of all them, like beforehand, maybe a lot of these problems wouldn't even happen. Like we wouldn't even know about them. Do you know what I mean? And that's why it is so important. And I think, like wrapping up in a weird way, like we were saying, it's something you have to buy into.
Yeah.
Like you can't. You said a proper phrase earlier, and I can't remember what it is. Is it like you can't expect someone to like bring you water, or like no? What is it?
Like you can't lead a horse to water. Like I think that's a classic phrase where, like, if someone doesn't want to do something, it's hard to force them.
Yeah,
it always comes to that conclusion themselves. And Kanye West, he's clearly lacking that integrity. Like we're saying about reputation, his reputation right now is that he sexualizes his wife. He is really erratic, and he's just really unpredictable and doing like harmful things to people.
Yeah.
And that's his reputation. So he needs some accountability, I think.
And like we said, that starts with you.
Yeah.
So if you think like, and that's humbling.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? To like look at yourself and put your pride aside and all these kind of things, and like choose, oh, do you know what? I'm gonna have that uncomfortable conversation with someone. I'm gonna actually not put my ego ahead.
I've dropped your pride.
Yeah, drop my pride in certain situations. Like, this area I'm lacking in, which is crap. Do you know what I mean? Like initially, but then after that, like you grow so much stronger, and like being vulnerable is like so important in that process.
Yeah, and not everyone, maybe not everyone has that person to be accountable to. That's another whole video you could do on, but I think if you can try to, for myself, I'm accountable to a few people, like on certain things. I think it's important. Being vulnerable doesn't mean that you're like a weaker man or like weaker person.
It's wise. It's like on this whole scenario is like looking at his life, and it's like it shows that you're wise to keep yourself accountable and be vulnerable. Because it has a bad stigma, that word, doesn't it? Yeah, because it makes you feel like a bitch. But it's not.
Yeah,
no, I mean, but it's true. But he's not
true
at all.
Yeah, like it's if you seek counsel or something, you're only ever gonna really grow from it. Whether you learn, actually, that person isn't someone I can trust, which is like the one end of the spectrum, or actually, they really helped me here, and I'm able to like change the course of this thing in my life, or like stop doing this, or.
And also, this is someone I want to stick around.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like it's kind of a win-win. But like the only time it's a loss is if you can give so much to someone, like vulnerability-wise, and then not really notice that they might not be the person you should be vulnerable with.
Yeah. Well, that's I guess that's the caveat around all of this, in a sense that it is important to be accountable, but it's also important who you choose to be accountable to.
Yeah.
And making sure that there's someone that you can trust, and someone who already has that integrity in most aspects of life. Like, no one's perfect, but if it's someone who's going to say good advice to you and and help you out instead of doubling down on the things that aren't so good as well.
Yeah, literally. Which is
like Kanye might have a load of yes men in his life, or people that like he's doing this all with, that aren't going to be helpful either.
Yeah, son. So I mean, it's sometimes like, and again, that comes probably to dropping your pride. In the sense that seeing like, is even my perspective like good? Yeah. And then I think as we wrap up, I mean, like the main questions that come from this is like, how does it actually apply to you, and how can you apply this? And I think it goes back to you can't lead a horse to water. Do you know what I mean? Like it kind of starts with you, and no one can do that for you.
Yeah. That is true. And if you feel like you need that person, like maybe look at different resources online, or have a think about where you can make some new friends. Like, I know it sounds savage, but like maybe there's something that a football club you could join, or different things like around you.
Schemes.
Yeah, like where you can meet new people, and be like more proactive in seeking people that can keep you accountable. But yeah,
I think that's so important. But if you enjoyed the video, drop a like, drop a comment. Like, we'd love to know your followers. That'd be so sick. And then we'll catch you on the next one.